I don't know what I just said, but as I speak it out, I could catch the feelings of what I was saying, and then it can go into me. Then I could tell the feelings of what it could be coming out, and I can interpret it that way. But if I heard it and tried to interpret it someone, I couldn't. I would have to I would have to hear someone speak in tongues, and I would have to feel how they feeling. As it coming out their mouth, I could see the words fly, and then I know how to turn it into a feeling.
You actually see the words.
Yeah, it look like
explain that to them so you can see. So
it's kind of like when it comes out, it look like it's these different shapes, and they really colorful. It's like they come out and they spread out like that, and it's like while they float out, it's like if you catch it, and it's like somewhere in there, it's like a feeling. You can feel the feeling in it, and you can pull it out. When I pull it out and put it in me, I could feel that vibe that person was feeling, and then I can read the words, and I could tell what that person was saying in that tongue. But if I hear it out, hearing them saying it out, it sounds like Spanish. I can't understand it, but I could hear the feeling in it, and I could tell them what they feeling. Like through that, what's it called? Like I could have probably was just saying that through the feeling of what I just said, it could have been like, I'm just giving you a demonstration of what's happening right now. Through the feeling of the tongue that I just said. But I really don't know if that's a pure interpretation. So what would that be? What would you call that?
You have a mixture of different gifts. That's why I was even
I don't know, like,
listening to you talking about this thing.
But see, your gifts are more detailed.
You have different kinds of gifts.
Cause see, I ain't trying to get nothing mixed up with Satan or anything.
More than one gift. You don't have just one gift.
Oh.
And you can have several gifts.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Oh, I just don't be wanna. I don't be wanting to do nothing with Satan.
That's why you're right. That's why you getting confused and getting frustrated because
you don't understand it.
Yeah, because like you were saying, it goes too far in the future.
Well, is it?
Or like when somebody be saying something, you said, what's going on right now, you see that, and where they gonna go, way past it, just all the way to the end of it, and then it throw you off, and you say, why?
It's like I be feeling like that's satanic in a way or something like that, cause it's like.
Talking about that before we came over, like you said, somebody coming over to the house tonight, and he said, on the time he said, just the spirit of hit it, bam, this is how this person is, this is how they thinking, this is what they're going through, and all that, all of it just put before you even meet the person, in a flash you go through it. And then what is that?
I don't know. It'd be weird.
It's scary, why I have to know this? I don't want to know it. Why I want to know. I don't want to know this.
That's why I stay in
but
the
if God wants you to know it, then you're for edifying the body of Christ, and it's also to lift Him up. So you got to use what He's giving you.
And it's also to give the person.
Right.
Heads up on what's going to happen.
That's edifying.
Okay.
So it's not for you to get fearful in your gift, and this is where a lot of people get fearful because it's to the point where they're not used to it. Once they get used to it, then it becomes a part of them, and you're still supposed to have the fear anyway because you're human in a sense, and then the fear comes in because you want to make sure that it's God. That's what you're dealing with right now.
Yeah.
But when God gives it to you,
it'll scare you like that.
Yeah, it'll scare you. But when God gives it to you, you know it's Him because
But as you keep doing it all the time, you get to know Him.
Yeah,
and you know that it's Him.
And when you first start into the gift, it's fearful because you're not familiar with the gift. But once you keep going into it, it's just like when I first started. It is scary because see, when I first started my gift, I was actually talking to people, and their face would turn into gremlins.
That's scary.
I'd be talking to them, their face would turn into a little animal, and I'm sitting there looking at their face turning into the animal, and then I'm like, "What is this?"
How do you handle something like that?
And I just stood there and listened to them, and their face was just—I didn't hear nothing they said. Their face was just looking at me grinning. And then it goes back to their face. And I go talk to somebody else, and it wouldn't happen. It was just certain people that it would do it. And then eventually, Lord was telling me those was the little devils in the church. And they were the devils in the church. So, but at first I got scared of it. And I was asking him to take it from me because it got so bad that you know who these people are. And then you'd be like, wow. And then eventually the church ended up splitting. So he was preparing me of the ones that was going to cause a split, Then he would show me the ones that was gonna die. Now that was really freaked me out there. He would show me their face in the obituary, and then by maybe a week or two later they'd be dead. You know. Now that was scary. You know, but eventually I got used to it, you know, and everything. But when you first start out, it is scary. Because it's like, why am I seeing this? And you could be up talking to people, and God will be telling you to say these things, and you be trying to hold back, and then it'll come out. You know. But that's what Darius is dealing with. My gift is not as advanced as his.
Well, like, okay, check this out. Like, at a time when I was getting in God, I didn't know him like that. I would play with him. And what I mean by play with him, like, I know a lot of people say playing like you messing up. I would play him. I would play with him. I'd be like, God, I want this gift. Or I hear it in the church and I'd be hearing these people talk about this stuff. And I would go home, get in my Bible factory in my head, start thinking about it. I'd be like, well, God, I want this. I'd be like, I want this. And I was like, I want tongues. And I just start, and then then it would be like this, now speak it. Speak it, and I was just doing la blah la, and it sounded so retarded. I couldn't even get a word out, and I kept going, and it started getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And then I know that I got in church, I would do it with ease. It'd be flowing like that, and then it'd be like this. Then I kind of like, I get scared, and I was like, no man, this is weird. I was like, this is weird. I was like, I can't show no one this. And then sometimes I get scared because I be thinking like, I think I'm playing with God to the point where it's like he be playing with me, and it's like if I ask him, he'll give it to me quick. And then I'd be thinking like, is it wrong? Because like I know some people, they got to get in the spirit to speak in the tongues, then it come out. When it's just like this, I can immediately go into it just right then, like Koro Sidi Kiri Anda Shalama Hangianda. And then it just be like, and it'll probably blow someone away because it'll be like, he ain't even in the spirit, he didn't even usher God in, he didn't do, Jesus, give me your spirit, I just said it like that. And I'd be thinking sometimes I get scared of myself because it's like I know I would play with God, and I'd talk to him, I'd be like, God, what is this? Then I hear him in my stomach. It's like it'll speak to my stomach, and then I'll play, and it's like I can hear the voice, it'll go through my stomach, then up, and I can feel it. He'll work through my feelings, and I'll move in it. And when I move through it, everything start going in order, and I'll be like, this is some weird stuff. Then sometimes it scares me, and I'll just throw it away, and I won't deal with it till like 3 to 5 months until I get in the church and I see someone else do it, and I'll be like, I know exactly what they're doing. I know exactly what they're doing. I'm gonna just say this one last thing because it's like sometimes I'll want to be feeling like I'm crazy. My brother got a friend named Terrence, and he can rap crazy. I'm talking about he got a mouthpiece. He can go out and connect all these rhyming words just like crazy together. And I was like, and I remember I walked in the back room and I heard him, and I was like, he got this happy spirit, and I was like, I said, I was watching that in the back room, I was like, he got the same spirit I got. I was like, except his is better than mine. And I told him, I said, Terrence, teach me how to do that. I said, I know how you know how to do that. And I said, you gonna teach me. And then he looked at me and gave me this weird look like, how do you know what I'm doing? And it shocked him because he didn't know I was picking him up. He didn't know I was picking him up in the spirit, and he lost himself. And he was like, Darius, start rapping right now. And I started going at it, and I was like this, and I kept rapping and stuff like that. And then I don't know how somehow it jumped on me, and I started saying all these rhyme words exactly like he did. He looked at me and he shook his head, and then it scared him. He was like this. He said, how'd you do that? I said, I don't know. I said, I felt it through you. You sent it on me, and I did it. And I spoke it like that. He said, you got it, man. You got it. And then since that day, he kind of started acting funny towards me. He kind of like, he would get away from me. And it's like, if I try to be cool with him, he just like, yeah, man, I don't know about you. Like, just stay away from me like that. But I'd be like, you the one who did it. I said, you got it. But it's like this. But he like to use it for the negative. And it's like, I'll be trying to use this for the positive. And I'll be like, but I never read it too long. Because it's like, after that day, I lost it. Like, I couldn't pick it up no more. And then it just went away. It was like a deja vu. It was like, I understand that. Like, you know how when someone have a deja vu, when you got a deja vu, you remember everything to the point, and then it's like it go away, and then you back in the real world, and it's like everything normal again. And it's like, I don't know, it'd be weird.
The more you use it, you'll get comfortable with it, and you won't be afraid of it. And the reason why you're afraid of it is to the point that you know that once you let go, it's gonna all explode.
Mm,
And
yeah.
until you let it go, it ain't gonna never